Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurmun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Idinamine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Idinamine. Vanja Kalpatarupya Krupa Sindhupya Evacha Paritaram Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So today we are here to go over the next chapter, session, which is actually Asakti. So Asakti is a very important stage, in fact, and that complete the sadhana bhakti side of it. So anyway, what are the 9 levels of this bhakti lata, that the wine of bhakti lata that we have been talking about? So this is the shloka that we always go through. Adau shraddha tada shadu sangota bhajana kriya tato narta nuvridikshat tato nishta ruchistada adasakti tado bhavat tahat prema yudanjati sadhakanam ayam premna pradurbhave bhavet kramam. So first, the faith, that is Shraddha, awakens in the heart of the practitioner of Bhakti. Of course, we are here, we are starting. Shraddha awakens only, see, there is a fertile sand. The fertile, the sand, otherwise this bhakti seed cannot sprout. We are talking about the bhakti seed. So bhakti seed, who is giving the bhakti seed? We cannot just like that purchase from anywhere. It has to be given by a guru. So the guru gives the seed, and then slowly what happens? Shraddha comes. Then as a result of that, what happens? As the association of saintly persons, sadhu sangha, awakens, followed by a propensity to practice their teachings, that is bhajana kriya. Then after that comes the stage in which obstacles to devotion are cleared, anartha nivritti. Subsequently, firm faith, that is nishta, in bhajana, that is devotional absorption will actually happens, followed by the awakening of transcendental relish, ruchi. Ruchi means taste. Taste in devotional activities. So that's what we really covered last week. Thereafter, intense attachment, that is called Asati. Okay, so Ata Asati. So because in Sanskrit, if you put A and A, it becomes one big long A. So Ata Asakti. So this Asakti is intense attachment. Attachment to whom? To Krishna. Because that is the only object of our bhajana. So surpassing even this is bhava. Then above that is prema. That is a pure sutta sattva is basically the prema. Okay, so that prema, when it arises, that is the ultimate goal. Anyway, Asakti means strong attachment to Krishna. So if we look at the chart at the left, look at the arrow at the left. So we have really covered all the way, and now we are talking about Asakti. This is the stage in the growth of the wish-fulfilling vine of devotion in which a cluster of birds appear. It's not a flower, it's only birds start coming. See, that's why a plant, when it really grows, to really, it has put a deep root, nicely coming up, and then when it grows, then finally buds will start coming. That appearing of the buds is compared to Asakti. So we started from the sprouting, right? So Shraddha, the sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, etc. We just went on. Now the stage called Asakti indicates that very soon this fulfilling vine will produce the flower of bhava. Bhava is a flower, and the fruit is prema. Okay, so that's what I am now showing the upper part of that. You see, now you see the chart again. So above Asakti is bhava. This bhava also is supported by anubhavas. There are so many anubhavas, 64 kinds or something again. Again, when it comes to prema bhakti, that goes like, amazingly high. Very, very, so much of the tattvas are there. So above Asakti is Bhava, that is devotional emotions and ecstasy. That is blossoming flower, compared to the blossoming flower. That is Asati. Then above that is what? That is the Prema Bhakti, is like a fruit. So starting from the seed of Bhakti given by Sri Guru, we develop Shraddha and grow up and up. Attaining Prema Bhakti is the very last stage, and that is the ultimate goal of a Krishna devotee. How long does it really take to go to that stage? It depends on the dedication of and the level of surrendership to Sri Guru. So yesterday we really covered this topic of surrendering to a guru, which is actually coming to relevant thing. So that is what is really going to really matter. Otherwise, you may be being born millions of births, still you are actually going inch by inch by inch by inch. But if you have a full surrendership, it can be done in this very same birth. So now the Bhakti Lata can be divided into three kinds of Bhakti. I gave a hint about that. Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti is what we have been talking about so far. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha, Ruchi, and we are now talking about Asakti. So this Asakti is part of Sadhana Bhakti. So far, including today, we are actually covering only the Sadhana Bhakti. That's what we have done. The other two are very intrinsic and is closely tied with the Jiva. It goes all the way inside. Bhava, it's that mellow, right? It's like a body and then the mind and so like that you can think about that. And the Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti are the separate topics altogether. Anyway, so what is Asakti? As I said, it's an intense attachment to Sri Nandanandan Krishna, not for any other Dwaraka Krishna or this Krishna, Rama or something. No, that is not Asakti. This Asakti we are talking about is true attachment to Sri Nandanandan Krishna. So if we see the diagram, it is this Asakti state where we see the flower buds actually coming, right? So that buds indicate that soon flowers and fruits will appear on the vine. Okay, so that means this stage is really a very, very high stage, in fact. Okay, so now we saw the Ruchi, right? We saw last class, we saw up to all the way to Ruchi. Ruchi makes, okay, this is very important to really understand. Ruchi makes bhajana as the object. Okay, bhajana means devotional activities as the object. So there you have taste. You are putting taste on that. Whereas Asakti makes bhajaniya as the object. What is the difference? What is actually bhajana? Devotional activity. What is bhajaniya? Bhajaniya is Sri Krishna. The goal of the bhajana is the bhajaniya. That's the object. Okay. So it is not true that a devotee at this stage of Asakti does not maintain the taste or ruchi of for bhajana. No, that's not the case. It is just that at this time the prominent element is attachment to Bhagavan. That's all. So it is growing. So the ruchi is still, it's all the way go. Sadhu Sangha will be also going on. All the Anartha Nivritti also going on. So it's basically, if you see the whole growth, it's not like one stage and then go to the next one. Not like that. So everything is all coming and then you are actually coming to different stages, and these are all also actually just getting refined and refined. That's how you have to understand. So last class we covered about ruchi, taste and devotion. Now what is the difference between these two, right? As I really mentioned, ruchi makes the bhajana as the object, whereas asakti makes the bhajaniya as its object. Okay, that's what we really talked about. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so basically we are actually shifting the importance towards more to Bhagavan now. Okay, sadhana, we started with Shraddha, sadhana, sadhu sangha like that, and now came to the ruchi stage. Yes, we enjoyed, we really tasted it, and sada ruchi, I was talking about that too. Then now you are really going to the Bhagavan more intense, and the attachment is going to come. Now the important thing is, how do you know that one has really come to this stage? Asakti cleanses the mirror of the heart of the sadhaka to such an extent that when Bhagavan's reflection suddenly manifests in the heart, and sadhaka feels so immense pleasure, that is, he is having a direct darshan of Bhagavan. So anyone who has been granted a darshan of Bhagavan Krishna can be said that the sadhaka has achieved this stage of asakti. Okay, this is the thing, because now we have to know how hot the thing is, right? We need to really have a thermometer to really measure the temperature. The same way, this is the measuring, that's a yardstick. Not everyone will really get to this stage. It's very, very difficult. Bhagavan is extremely close to the living entities residing in their hearts. But from time immemorial, the dirt of the desire for sense gratification, material enjoyment, greedy, lust, anger, these all the things covered our heart with this dirt. So that's why we are not able to see Bhagavan. That's why we say, even people say there is no God. Completely covered darkness, tar is covered like that. So that is why, because of the dirt, is the reason that we are not seeing the Lord. But this one who has really come to Asakti, he sees Lord Krishna everywhere. So when this Asakti actually awakens, the sweetness, the Madhurya of Sri Hari, Krishna actually is really realized. Okay, so that means when the Asakti comes, his heart is reflecting Sri Hari directly in, he can see it, because the thing is, this is the material eyes. There is also eyes are there, that is the spiritual eyes. So with the spiritual eyes, like a crystal clear, one can see the Bhagavan directly. Okay, so what do they see? What do they see? Every sadhaka reach the stage described in their own way. Of course, they are all concur, same thing. It comes there. Okay, so this is a small sloka coming from Gopala Tapani Upanishad. What is Upanishad? Upanishad is actually part of Vedas. Vedas have Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, right? And then Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and then Jnana Kanda. So Upanishads are part of the Jnana Kanda. So okay, so here it's saying that in the Gopala Tapani Upanishad it says, Gopavesham Apramam. It's describing the form of Krishna, how a devotee at this stage will be really able to see. Gopavesham Abramam Tarunam Kalpa Durmasrutam Sahat Pundarika Nayanam Meghabam Vaityutamparam Dvibhujam Mauna Mutradiyam Vanamalinam Ishwaram. So his dress is like that of a cowherd boy. Okay? Look at it. Vedas, people say Vedas we can't find about Krishna because he is Veda Anta. He is beyond Veda. That's why. But in Upanishad, which is the last one, is really described here. He is what? Dressed like a Gopavesham Abramam. He dresses like that of a cowherd boy. His eyes are like a fully blossomed white lotus. The hue of his body is blackish blue, like monsoon clouds. And he wears a brilliant, effulgent yellow cloth. With his two graceful arms and hands, which are held in Jnana Mudra, he holds his flute. Of course, this here I am not showing in that way, but just visualize. His neck is beautiful with a garland of forest flowers that reaches all the way to his feet. And he is standing, where he is standing? Just beneath, under a Kalpa Vriksha. And that Sri Krishna is the Lord of all. Vanamalinam, that Vanamalinam is a Ishwaram, nothing, nobody else. We may call this Ishvara, that Ishvara, that is not the Parameshwara. So this is the Ishvara who is the Parameshwara. So like that, the devotees, they really can, they can actually see the Lord. It's not just like that, somebody's imagination. They can see the Lord like that at this stage. We covered about Nishtha stage. In that stage, the devotee finds himself unable to trace how and when his mind has wandering away from Bhagavan's form, quality, because he wanted to meditate. He wanted, because we are talking about Nishtha stage. Around that, it is very difficult to concentrate on Bhagavan. And we take the chanting bead and they try to think about Bhagavan, and so many thousands of things will pop up from, all related to mundane material worlds. But now, the mind is not going to be lost to these unrelated mundane objects. But what will happen at this Asakti stage? It gets reversed. Like a miracle has happened. Now, the sadhaka cannot think of anything other than Krishna. See, the previous stages, when he was evolving, he could not think about Krishna, but he was thinking about, he was, getting the thoughts of everything other than Krishna. But here, in this stage, it is reversed. So the mind naturally withdrawn away from the matters, the worldly matters, but completely can think of only about Krishna, nothing else. He has no other thing with thinking at all. Everything else you will throw away. Okay? So, this is the important thing to really understand. So, that is why this stage is called Asakti, means intense attachment to Krishna. That sadhaka can never be attracted by anything else. Even if he is awarded so much of opulence to really rule, so many Brahmandas, become Brahmas of Brahmas, they will throw that as a dust because of the taste. Because of the taste and the bliss that they are actually seeing just by thinking about Krishna. Why they are actually having bliss? Because the heart has been cleansed out. That's why. That is why the natural subhava of the soul is manifesting. So this kind of attachment is unknown to a devotee in whose heart Asakti has not awakened yet. Only a devotee endowed with Asakti can experience it. The stage of Asakti also possesses another feature that distinguishes it from the stage of Ruchi. What is that? At the stage of Ruchi, the sadhaka uses his intelligence to draw his mind away from the sense objects. Okay, so I'm just reiterating in a different way. So basically here what it is saying is, at the Ruchi stage still he will have the traces of material desires a little bit. So, but he will lose the intelligence. No, this is all junk. I am not going to take anything of the. I do not belong to this world. This is all garbage. Look at what is happening. What is happening even in Ukraine. You will have to compare. Look at here, all the people. Where is the real home? So our home is not this home. This is not home at all. So like that, using the intelligence, they will draw their mind away from the sense objects and place it again at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. But at the stage of Asakti, sadhaka's mind becomes absorbed only and only in Bhagavan. So there is no effort at all necessary to think of Bhagavan without there is no endeavor at all necessary. So even if somebody is actually trying to bring something, he will try straight away actually try to really finish it up and then throw it out and come back to his natural home of thinking about Lord only. So there is no doubt that a sadhaka at this Asakti stage is very, very high. So Srila Jiva Goswami is writing in the commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He has written this particular sloka. Ruchir abhilashat kindu buddhi purvi keyam asakti tu swarasiki swabhavikiti arthaha. What that means is, at the stage of Ruchi, by way of intelligence, that is buddhi purvaka, the sadhaka pursues the three desires. What are those three desires? And these desires will fructify in the Asakti in a higher stage. What are they? A desire to do that which is favorable to Krishna. Anukulya Abhilasha. Then second one is called Sauhardya Abhilasha. Right? So this one is desire to serve Bhagavan with intimacy, closeness. Third one is a desire to attain Bhagavan. Only Bhagavan is the only goal. Okay, that is called Bhagavat Prapti Abhilasha. Now, at the stage of Asakti, however, these desires are inspired naturally. Okay? So, in the Ruchi, it is really trying to come up. You really try to be intimately, associate, intimately connected to Bhagavan and try to serve him, and all the things will come. But the thing is, not yet, it is immature. So Ruchi is actually an immature stage. Asakti is a matured stage, where these three, Anukuli Abhilasha, what is Anukuli Abhilasha means? Whatever that is favorable to Krishna, whatever Krishna likes, I will do it. Then the second one is Sauhardya Abhilasha, is intimate relation. That is second. And the third one is Krishna is the only goal. So these three will come to the purest form. Okay, we have to understand this one. These are spontaneously coming in the stage of Asakti. Okay, so why it is coming? Because again, we really saw that the dirt of the mirror of the heart is really gone out. So it is cleansed. So our natural bhava is coming. Okay, so this is why if we see that, who is the topmost devotee of Sri Krishna? Radharani. So what is Radharani doing? Radharani's only purpose is to satisfy Krishna in all the way. And he possesses intimacy too much. And Krishna is controlled by her. Because she is a Haladini Sakti of Krishna. So that is the reason. So you take an example of Radharani, all the Babas, high Babas, everything. You can actually, starting even from low, you can actually keep on understanding about her qualities. And when you really come to higher stages, you will understand she is the, what Prema personified. She is all these things, the things you have, completely. Yes. Whatever only Krishna wants, she will do. Not for her pleasure. No, not for her pleasure at all. Then the second one is intimacy. Krishna belongs to me. Whereas, if you really see Rukmini or the Chandralekha, like other gopis, they say, I belong to Krishna. Rukmini, that's what I belong to Krishna. No, Radharani is no, that is not the matured bhava. Matured bhava is Krishna belongs to me. Not I belong to him. Krishna belongs to me. This is the leftist, not the rightist. Then what the third one? Third one is basically, yes, he is the only one. All the time, whatever she does, whatever she thinks only about Krishna. Madhurya, all the four different kinds of Madhuris, that is completely there in Srimati Radharani. So this devotee, this sadhaka, who is really coming to this stage, he is really getting the mercy from the same, Radharani's mercy is coming there. Okay, now let us look into a bit more about this Anukuli Abhilasha. So, right, what is this? A desire to do whatever is favorable to only to Krishna. That is when this loka, we have really recited so many times, but that time probably we were not that mature to understand it fully. The same thing. Anya vilasita suhunyam jnana karmani anamritam anukulyena krishnanu silanam bhaktir uttama. See, we have been memorizing. But now look at here. When someone has really come to this stage of Asakti, will be able to really understand what this means. Only for Anukulyena Krishna. That is the word I am going to really bring it there. Anukul, whatever that is, that Krishna likes, I want to do that. Not for me. As Krishna desires. A crude comparison, I will tell you, is how a chaste wife prepares nice food for her husband. She may or may not even like. See, for example, suppose the husband likes jackfruit. Jackfruit actually may be smelling bad. But she will do, no, because my husband likes that, I will withstand whatever, and then she will train herself to really like it even. And she will actually prepare with nice dishes out of that, and nice, anything, any preparations and this and everything. So he will think the husband as the husband's desire as the desire. He will change it. Okay, so in this Anukulya Abhilasha, the thought of sadhakas will be only about what Krishna likes. So the sadhaka reads from many scriptures and find out that Krishna likes butter. All right, butter. So he prepares everything, whatever the thing, food, that preparation that he likes. Yes, he makes sure that he uses butter. He also finds that Krishna really wears, tulasi mala. He loves tulasi. He plants so many tulasis. And he waters the tulasi every day, and he collects the tulasi leaves and then gives to Krishna, and he makes picks up the manjari and makes some nice garlands for him, and then places for him, and he really makes some sweet rice because he loves sweet rice, so he makes some sweet rice and offers. He's not thinking about, if I offer this thing, then I have diabetes, then I have this problem, that problem, I cannot eat. So I will give only what I like. That is not Asati. Actually, that's not Asati. Look at, this is the thing now. If the sadhaka can't take sweet or dairy products, still making Krishna happy, you will make it an offer. Not thinking that, then I cannot take the prasadam. That is not good. Yeah, you can offer, and then if you are not, then you take some, honor some, and then give it to others, whatever it is. But the thing is, the focus is what Krishna likes. That is Anukulya Abhilasha. Okay. Then the second one is Sauhardya Abhilasha. A desire to serve Bhagavan with intimacy. This is a very special thing actually. The key word here is intimacy. Okay. So, this is another unique thing. Many devotees simply prepare the Naivedyam, drop a dried tulasi somewhere there, some dried tulasi, take them and put it there, and tell the mantra, Naivedyam, tulasi paniyam, like that, tulasi patram, like that, they really tell the mantra, and then close the door, curtain, and then sit outside and then chant their mantra. That's not an intimate devotee. He hasn't gone to the Asakti state yet. That devotee who has gone to this Asakti state will not really, he doesn't want to really live away from Krishna. He sits right there near Krishna. Oh Krishna, alright, and he will talk to the deities. Okay, even chastising the deities for some reason or something as a child, and feed the deities. We have seen so many cases. With that kind of bhava, when a devotee is really feeding Krishna himself, just he shows up right there, he really takes, he eats. Sometimes what happens is, I have heard this. When an intimate devotee dresses Krishna, he sees that a child Krishna as a deity, he does not, he is restless. Of course, for other people, they don't see anything. But Krishna is moving here, like a child is really trying to do. And this devotee trying to dress the deity, Krishna, he doesn't even see as a deity, but it's Krishna himself. And he says, Krishna, no, if you are actually shaking like this, how can I trust you? No, stand still there. Why? They are actually experiencing that. People may call them mad. Krishna, stand still, otherwise how can I decorate you? He will chastise. These are the behaviors of these advanced devotees. They are but called as mad people by others. While there are many religions who are actually against deity worship, Krishna consciousness has deity seva as a preparation to serve the Lord when returning to the abode of Bhagavan. Then why these non-Vedic religions do not have, they are against the deity worship? Because their focus is not that. Their focus is for them to enjoy, to go to heaven. Their target is just to enjoy and the heavens. That is not the place that Krishna devotees to go. Doesn't matter where they are. They always want to serve Krishna. They don't have any desire other than making Krishna happy. So a deity worship prepares a sadhaka to develop intimacy to Bhagavan. That is why we have deity worship in place in our parampara. So when the sadhaka comes to the stage of Asakti, his mind is always in serving Bhagavan, nothing else. Third one, Bhagavat Prapti Abhilasha, a desire to attain Bhagavan. The sadhaka feels that attaining the lotus feet of Bhagavan is the only goal. Anything else in all the three worlds is not at all important. That is why in Gita, Krishna is actually telling that somehow they are there. Mangupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam asasvatam napnuvandi mahatmanaha samsittim paramam gata. Paramam gata, that is the word that I am going to bring it here. So their focus is only to attain me, which is the paramam gata, means ultimate goal. That paramam gata means goal. That paramam gata is me. For my devotee, attaining me is the only one goal, nothing else. He says that. So this sadhaka has full faith in this and wants to be with Bhagavan only. So this is actually what you see on the left side. He is a devotee from Argentina, always traveling with his Krishna deity. Okay, he has a small deity or something, I think here. So what he does is, he may be traveling by aeroplane, he may be traveling by bus, he may be traveling by whatever it is. He will always reserve 2 seats. One for Krishna, first Krishna, and then the second seat for him. So like that, whatever you are seeing is actually he is traveling. He is actually traveling on a plane. So look at, at this stage, the sadhaka feels like he always wants to be what? With Krishna all the time. Not even a single time, somewhere attending some birthday party. So here or there, no, nothing. He has nothing to do with that. Okay, so this is important. Now, how do they behave? We can take few behaviors. A sadhaka at this Asakti stage will hanker to meet sadhus, whereas those materialistic people will be afraid of seeing a sadhu. They will purposely avoid meeting any sadhu. But this sadhaka at this stage will say, he wants to see a saintly person. He will be desperately traveling by whatever that means it takes to see a sadhu. He will go and he will fall at his lotus feet and says, "Oh dear sadhu, where do you hail from? Around your neck hangs Sri Salagrama Shila." Beautiful floral case, because many of our sadhus, they really used to carry their own deities also. They don't have a big bada deity. They have just a salagram, because otherwise, that is easy to carry, otherwise small deities. Salagram is the easiest way. They will put on a small bag and then put it on the neck. So that's what it is. Around your neck is nice salagram hanging. Your tongue constantly is really what you are praising, softly utter the holy names of Sri Krishna. And you are relishing this nectar. See, you see this Prabhuji that I was so fortunate to really meet him. When he really chants, he says, because he is out of the 24 hours a day, like maybe at least on the 20 hours he is only chanting throughout the night. Only 1.5 hours he sleeps, something like that, right? He says that when I chant, I am in the shower of nectar. How can I stop chanting? I cannot stop. Because who will really stop relishing nectar, which is there is no, because if we drink honey, after some time you will be actually bored about it. But this is not bored at all. You see, this is how they relish that nectar. And the sadhaka will say, Oh sadhu, I do not know why you are giving up, this person. I am unfortunate. You are giving me the darshana and thus fulfilling me with delight. And which holy places did you visit on your pilgrimage? Which great souls did you have darshana of there? And who were the great devotees whose realization you have heard, by which you have made your life and the lives of others so successful? In this way, he spends some time drinking that nectar of that bliss, of talking about Krishna and associating with the sadhu, sweetly discussing and even staying there for some time with him. serving him. This is the behavior of a sadhaka who has come to the stage. And thereafter, he goes to another place and he hears that somebody is actually very good, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. And he approaches. He doesn't run away. He approaches and again, falls at his lotus feet. Oh dear sir, noticing that that you have a remarkable book of Bhagavatam in your hand. I am assuming that you are learned in Srimad Bhagavatam and all these Puranas. And therefore, can you be merciful on me? And just narrate few verses to me so that and you can explain to me so that I will be so fortunate to really hear from you. And by hearing, what will happen? When the Krishna's pastimes are, actually nectarian pastimes are narrated, his hair stand on end. And he is so thrilled. This is Asati. He then goes to yet another place and presents himself before an assembly of sadhus. Oh, he says, now my life has become successful because I am seeing these Bhagavatas. Saying this, he falls at their feet, offering those great souls his respectful prostrated obeisances with all his humility. The devotee then sits near the best of Bhagavatas and asks, please prescribe a great elixir, Maharasayana, tonic, to nourish my cherished desire in this devotion. You need help. This is the way one is, this kind of mercy is the only thing that can help. That is why he said, Bhakta Pada Dhuli. See, there's a bhajan also, right? So the dust from the lotus feet of a Mahabhagavata is the one who can give you this bhakti. Nothing else can give you. We cannot do it ourselves. So in this way, his eyes full of tears, he begs mercy from him. And having received his merciful glance and accepted his nectarian instructions, he becomes overjoyed and spends 5 or 6 days with them and narrate, hearing all the, so many Harikathas. The Harikathas, when you hear from Gurudev, and these Mahabhagavats are not like ordinary things that are found all everywhere. They talk, so many things. No, that has nothing, no value. These things what you hear from Bhagavatas directly from their lotus mouth. That is what the elixir is. Again, at other times, he joyfully wanders throughout the forest, crying for, oh Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? This is, you can see, if you go to Vrindavan, you should not go to the temples. Don't go to the temple. Temples are business places. No. You go to the place deep in the forest. That is why I never describe anything about the temples. No. See? Kadamba, these Uttava Kyari and, like Radharani's place or, those, you go there. You can see those high devotees, they will be just crying. You can literally see. They'll be catching hold of a tree. Oh tree, you have seen Krishna because you have been standing for so many years, more than 5,000 years now. You have seen Krishna. Please, tell me about him. Tell me about him. He will start crying and beat his head on the tree, under the tree. And he sees a black deer. There's a deer actually going there. Oh dear, do you think that I can get Krishna? Okay, if you think that you go, I can get, just come to me. You have to take 3 or 4 steps and come to me. Then I will believe that I will get Krishna. If you are not, if you are going back, oh then I am sad. And he looks at the eyes of the deer. Another deer there. And that deer is looking, because if you see the eyes of the deer, it is so tender, tears are coming. Oh dear, are you waiting for Krishna? Krishna, you are waiting for Krishna to really come here, and he will be coming for cow herding. I am also waiting for him. Show to me, where is he? Then he sees a peacock, he is dancing there, and wow, look at the peacock, he is already seeing Krishna. That is why he is dancing for him. I am not able to see Krishna, and he weeps and cries, and he walks And see the flowers falling down from the trees and making the pathway full of all flowers. And he's thinking, wow, look at, they're all fortunate and they're all making some flower meadows. Look, carpet for Krishna to walk on it. I am very, very bad. I am not even worthless like this tree in Vrindavan. I am not worthless. These animals are doing really so much of bhakti. I don't have. And he weeps and falls down. Asakti and bhava. That is the time the bhava is also coming. Again, he sees some few boys playing here and there on the street. Just 4 boys or something there. Oh, wow, these boys they look like Sanaka. These are remember the four Kumaras. They will go and ask, Sanat, the Sanat Kumaras. Oh, do you think that, I can obtain Sri Krishna? That Nanda Maharaj, you are so fortunate that you could really see him, you could really go to Vaikunta, meet Narayana, and also you could really see, know everything. Please help me. You tell me whether I will be able to really see Krishna. At other times, he sits in his dwelling, wherever he is sitting, and thinks just like a miserly merchant who cankers for immense wealth. What wealth? This is not the material wealth. Where shall I go? What shall I do? How shall I obtain my cherished treasure? For what? Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema. He worries in this way. His face full of sadness and tears are falling down. Sometimes he remains asleep. Sometimes he stands up. And sometimes he remains sitting. Sometimes if the close family relatives ask why he is behaving so strangely, he becomes silent. Because he cannot tell that. Nobody will believe even. And he doesn't want to tell that either. And sometimes he conceals his real emotions. This is very important. When you really get this kind of real jewel, it is you have to hide yourself. You should not show to others. Right? Sometimes becoming indifferent to everything. He sits silently within his house. Silently. Without not doing anything. It's not because of laziness. He is in bhava. So at times, he is like a miserly merchant, greedy for great wealth. His restless mind wondering, when will I obtain Bhagavan? Where will I go? What do I do to obtain my Bhagavan, by whatever the means. We are so anxious in his mind. In his mind, he is depressed. He is lost in this constant meditation. He even forgets to attend to bodily functions like eating and sleeping or even bathing. He forgets everything. Sometimes he remains sleeping. Sometimes he suddenly stands up. And sometimes he really remains sitting. All of a sudden, just like that, he gets up at 2 a.m. in the morning. Or whatever it is. He wants to say something or whatever. His behavior is unpredictable. Anyway, in the next class, I will probably tell something from the life history of Kaur Govinda Maharaj. If you do the class, then you will understand that the next stage is bhava. Anyway, so at home, when his relatives ask him why he is behaving like this, what will do? He will maintain silence, as I mentioned. So these are all the behavior, if you see, it's all bizarre. They sound really bizarre. But these are the signs at the stage of Asakti. Seeing him in such a condition, his friends and relatives begin to think that his intelligence has now become deranged. He's mad. So ignorant neighbors say that by nature he is mentally unfit or dull. The adherents of Mimamsa philosophy say that he is a fool. The followers of Vedanta philosophy refer to him as bewildered. And the fruity workers, the Janata people, karmis, Janata people declare that he is mad. But a real devotee, however, understands the truth. He will say, just to see, he has obtained the most essential thing, the fruit. And there will also enemies will come, right? The offenders of that devotee, what do they think? Oh, this guy is full of deceit and pride. He thinks that he's a great bhakta or something like that. So this is always they will make. Look at it. Our Gurudev, how many people are against? Prabhupada again. So all the devotees, high devotees, this always happens there. So, but the best of the devotees, is free from all concern for any whether mundane honor or dishonor. He doesn't care. Because his only interest is to immerse in the flow of divine attachment to Bhagavan, Bhagavat Asakti, which is like the flow of Mandakini, they say that. And he continues to manifest different kinds of transcendental behavior like this. You all must have heard about the story of Jada Bharat. I am not going to tell the whole story. Who was considered as everyone as a mad person. He was forced to carry the palanquin for the king. But he was not walking right carrying the palanquin. Why? Because he wanted to avoid the ants that are actually going on the earth when he was carrying the palanquin. And then because it was shaking and the king got so angry, he was scolding and he was about to punish him. And he got up, palanquin, bring down the palanquin, I am going to punish this guy. Why he is not able to do the duty? So he got up and he really saw the face and he asked some questions. Who are you? And Jada Bharat was actually asking the things and he was giving some answers. He was asking some questions. King was now started to shiver. Oh my God, he's a beggar. Because he actually was born as a king. It's called Bharat Kingdom. Our Bharat, India, present day India, but it was bigger. The whole world was actually Bharat at that time. It actually was ruled by the same Jada Bharat. So, but he renounced everything. Okay, so he was looking like a beggar. So that was when the king actually called him and forced him to carry his palanquin because one of his carrier was actually fell sick. Then the king himself fell on his feet and gave obeisance saying, oh, I thought you were mad, but you are a Bhagavat. So the best example of these stages is the life history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You don't have to go anywhere else. There is no need to go anywhere else. He was considered a mad person, always dancing and crying with the torrents of tears from his eyes and fainting so as many times every single day. The job of his associates, including Lord Nityananda Prabhu, was to keep an eye on Mahaprabhu when he was about to, say, Hare Krishna, and he is about to faint, they will catch. Otherwise, he will fall down. There may be some stones or things like that. They don't want them to, his body to be hurt. So that was the thing. They always do that. All is ecstatic. What was the stage he was in? Mahabhava. That prema that's there. Again, it goes into so many stages. This book is not covering everything. That you have to go to some other book now. This is Mahabhava. Who else has got it? Radharani has got it. That is why when he came in the mood of Radharani, that we see the Mahabhava in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So anyway, we are actually going to conclude. To conclude this today's class, I would recall the seva, just one aspect I want to elaborate a little more. And there is a bhajan also, that apparently that bhajan is also going to somewhat fit in. Anukuliya Abhilasha. Right? What is that? Favorable to Krishna. Sauhardya Abhilasha. Serving Krishna with intimacy. Then comes Bhagavat Prapti Abhilasha. Desire to attain Bhagavan. Okay? So here, I want just to take just one, which is Sauhardya Abhilasha. Serving with intimacy. You can think about this example as a crude example. Take a mother. A mother naturally has so much of affection to her child. It is really built in, right? When this is unshakability, they are bound. Especially if we see a mother who is really trying to feed her child. You can see often in India, this mother will be chasing and running behind her child. So in India, typically they say that, how to define an Indian mom? Indian mom is the one who is always carrying a plate of some food and what? Running behind the running behind her, the child. Right? So this is typically the picture they really take. The same way you take Yashoda, look at that's what the picture you are seeing here too. So now feeding a child 24 hours a day is the goal of the mother. How will she feed? She will try to show the moon. He will show something here and there. And then he will try to do all kinds of things just to make that child to eat something. Isn't it? She is not the one like we do in the deity worship. All right, child. Okay, all right. You take a seat here. Okay, put the stool, everything. This is a plate for you. Put it there. All right. Now you really, you eat and then shut the door and go. That's how we are doing the deity worship. What we do? We prepare the food, right? And then the place in front of the deity, and then tell some mantra, whatever it is, and then what? Close the door and then sit outside. That is Vaiti. But this one we are talking about Ragatmika here. That's why a mother's love is really coming into picture here nicely. So he doesn't really just tell the child and then okay, you eat and then let me know, then I will come and then take the plate. No. Instead, even if the child does not want to eat, she will be running and chasing after the child to feed by her own hand. This is why people say that Indian mothers are like that. Same thing with Mother Yashoda. Krishna goes every day and eat like crazy. Stealing butter here and there, his stomach is always full. And in addition to whatever he is really given by Mother Yashoda. But Mother Yashoda was always feeling, my Krishna is so weak. He's not eating at all. He has to eat more. So what? He made all kinds of things to make sure that he even could he heard that, oh, Radharani was blessed by this Durvasa Muni, so that whatever the Radharani is actually cooking will be very tasty. And she was arranging through the Yogamaya Paurnamasi to negotiate with what Radharani's in mother-in-law. And so many dramas happened there, Leelas, and finally agreed that Radharani had to come here to Nandagaon to cook every day. Why? Because Mother Yashoda wants to make sure that his child is fed fully. As much as she could. So, a mother even bargains with the child. Now she will tell, my baby, if you eat just one more morsel, I will buy you a toy. Whatever the toy you want. And the child is now mesmerized by getting a new toy. And she opens her mouth. As soon as that child opens her mouth, voila, the whole remaining food becomes one morsel, this big, and goes into the mouth of the child. And the child is about to choke. This is a crude example, but shows the love and affection. It is if the same love and affection is given to Bhagavan, look at how can you imagine what kind of reciprocation that sadhaka will get from Krishna. That's why he says that Tulasi Tala Matrena. You give me a Tulasi with that kind of affection. People just read the sloka, they don't know what that really that mood is behind. You give a Tulasi and palm full of water, Charukina, and if you give that kind of Baba, then what happens? I am sold to you. The Bhagavan is saying he is purchased by you. Look at the reciprocation. But a child, what does he do? After, especially when it's a boy, after let us say 10 years or something, he says, Mom, don't even look, I don't want to see you. I hate you, like that they will say. But Bhagavan Krishna, if you have the same love and affection with Krishna, will he ever tell like this? That is the Bhagavan. That is why we want to have Bhagavan. Not any these kind of mundane things, including children. No. I would like to present this new bhajan, inspired by Srila Gurudev one day. That's a long story. And that I think that may fit somehow to this Saugardya Abhilasha that we covered today. Okay, only one I could really get it. Oh my Lordship, Sri Radha and Krishna, what kind of seva, what kind of service can I do for you? Shall I wake you up both in the morning and give you a nice bath with scented water? Then change your clothes and decorate you both with new clothes? Shall I gently massage your lotus feet and make garlands with sweet smelling flowers? Especially Radharani likes the jasmine flowers. Shall I then boil the milk and make sweet milk rice and feed both of you with my own hands? Shall I then, when you are eating, shall I wave chamara for you and sing about your pastimes? And I want to sing all your pastimes so that you will really hear about what wonderful things that you do and your qualities. Shall I compose a poem every day and sing for you in tune and with music instruments? Shall I decorate your ankles, with what? Salangai. Salangai means sounding anglers, and after that place you on a golden swing. And shall I, just swing that swing so that both of you there, and I will really do this. Can I do this service for you? Then at the night, shall I prepare your bed with silk cloth and nice flowers there, all spread, and put you to sleep there? Oh my Lordship, Sri Radha Raman, oh Radhe Krishna, what kind of seva can I do for you? So that is the essence of this particular song. But Okay, just 9 points. So Ruchi makes bhajana, that means bhajana means devotional activities as the object. Asakti makes Krishna as the object and bhajana as the subject. So Asakti is the last stage of sadhana bhakti before bhava and prema bhakti. Asakti cleanses the mirror of heart of the sadhaka, and this Asakti is also effortless absorption of the mind in Bhagavan. So the mind is now going to be your friend. So mind is not going to be your enemy. Mind is always enemy for all others. And there are 3 kinds of desires which really gets matured, even though it starts at the stage of Ruchi, then it gets matured at the stage of Asakti is Anukuli Abhilasha, that means do favorable to thing to Krishna only, not for us, only for to really make Krishna happy. Then Sauhardya Abhilasha is to serve Krishna the intimacy. Then the third one is Bhagavat Prapti Abhilasha, desire to attain. I mean, attain means what? He already attained. I mean, basically attain in the sense to be always with him permanently, without any moment wasting. Right? Then 7, Asakti brings eagerness to meet sadhus. So this is another thing, because actually it happens even before, but here it's all mature stage. So he will always hanger to meet sadhus, hangers to meet with sadhus. Then 8, he sees every natural moment related to Bhagavan only. Anything that he sees in this world is all related to Bhagavan only. Then people surely will call him as a mad person. Okay, so with that, I want to conclude.